friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Nova Gnome Creations and I'm Nova.
And I'm Cheyenne.
And this is the first day of our 13 days of Yarn-O-Ween. So for today we thought we would do something very fun and cozy. Considering it's a Sunday also, why not do something a little more cozy vibes? We are doing a haunted pajama party theme for today. So as you can see, we're all adorned up for like sleepy times. But instead of sleeping, we're gonna craft. So we had this fun idea inspired by these kits that we found at Target. And Shai, do you want to kind of explain the kits a little bit?
Yeah, so these are carvable pumpkin kits, and these are
I'll hold mine up so you can read yours
pumpkin
if you need to.
home, and it comes with a fairy door, and then a couple little toadstools and other like clay-esque looking items, and some staircase and stuff. And basically on the back here, I don't know if you can see, but it kind of gives you an example of what you might want to do.
So we saw these at the store and we were like immediately in love with them. And actually at first we were planning on doing them on like a normal pumpkin. But the reason that we were in love with them immediately is you guys might remember that we went through and did some like trash houses. She's done more than I have, but I did some like on the channel too. And if you don't know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about trash houses, I will try to find the video where I like showed it and link it below. But you might be able to search on my channel like trash houses or clay houses or something along that lines. But basically we made like little fairy garden inspired houses out of just random things and clay. And these were very much like the vibe of the type of stuff we were making.
Yes.
And we were like, oh my gosh, like this like takes out a huge chunk of work, gives you these kind of like pre-made pieces that literally look like the clay, and then you could paint them yourself. And we were like, oh, that would be so cool for pumpkins. Then we took it a step further and we had this idea to get fake pumpkins and do, there's like those carvable fake pumpkins. And we were like, oh, we could do it and then we could reuse them year after year. So it's not just like, it's not just like a one and done kind of situation. Yeah. But so we were searching all over trying to find like the best priced pumpkins, as you know one does, and they were like $20, $22 everywhere we looked
For one.
For one single one. So Shai got on Amazon, and this is Shai's cat.
You guys are used to this, right?
Yeah, you guys that are on my channel are so used to this. So Shai got on Amazon and she found a 4-pack of these. Was it $22?
$22 even.
For all 4 of them. And we didn't even realize this at the time, but they actually light up and they're carvable pumpkins. But after we got them, we had like a little epiphany moment where we were like, we can do tiered not mushroom houses, jack-o'-lantern houses, pumpkin houses, gourd houses, if you will. So that is kind of what we're thinking. We're turning these into like double-decker pumpkin stacks.
Yes.
And they're also going to be like little Gnomie houses or little fairy houses, whatever you want to call it. And we thought it would be a great time to start this. We will like 900% probably not finish these in this video, but this is a fun like craft for us to hang out. Very fall-inspired, autumnal, Halloween. And I thought you guys might have fun crafting with us. If you want to pull up whatever it is you're working on, grab yourself a drink, that kind of thing, hang out. Maybe you're in your pajamas too. Let me know down below if you craft with us or if you're also wearing your pajamas.
Yeah.
So, anything to add?
Nope, I'm just very excited. We've had these for like, I don't know, 4 days, and they're like burning a hole in my pocket.
Yes.
Like we've had this for like 3 months because we knew they were going to sell out at Target, so we're like, yeah, let's grab them now. And then now it's finally time to get to use them.
Yeah, we got those literally like as soon as they put out the Halloween stuff at Target because they have like a finite amount of things like this, and if you try to wait for these, they will sell out and they won't get more. So we knew we wanted to do those. But the pumpkins, we kind of shopped around and then ended up with these ones, which I think is going to be even better than had we got the twice as expensive or 4 times as expensive ones from, we looked at like Hobby Lobby, Target, Walmart.
There was Aldi's. We looked at the Aldi's. Yeah,
Aldi's. I don't know.
No, it wasn't Aldi's. It was
Kroger.
Five Below.
Five Below.
Yeah, we went to
Oh
Five
yeah, we tried to go to Five
We
Below.
were gonna go to Aldi's and I got tired.
But yeah, we went everywhere. We went all around the world and back, and then we ended up on Amazon as one does.
Yeah.
So this is the first day of the 13 Days of Yarn-O-Ween, to get back to that part of it. And so this is going to be something that is going on for the next 13 days, hopefully, if we can both kind of tough it out and do all 13 videos. You guys know life has been crazy lately. I'm sorry if you just heard the ice maker dispensing. Life has been crazy for both of us. We have been absolutely like slammed busy in just our daily life, between working full-time jobs and I live here right now, as you guys know, and so we're both constantly with like a toddler and a little kid that are like very excited, and they want to hang out with you all the time and everything. And honestly, by the time they go to bed, we also want to go to bed, and we don't last much longer than they do. So, and also it's the Halloween season, so we've been doing trunk or treats, pumpkin patch. Yeah, apple orchard. We've got just different Halloween stuff coming up still too. So
more trunk or treats.
Yeah, we try to like kind of fill everything.
Photos.
Oh yeah, we did fall photos with you guys. If you were on my community tab, I did post one on there, which they were just so cute. I loved them, and I'll have to post more of them. I don't know if I'll put them in maybe the like last Halloween 13 Days of Yarn-O-Ween video, you know, as like because that's kind of my big one that I try to like just go all out, put a lot of stuff into that, make it like a longer video. This will probably be a longer video also, since it's kind of a hang out, crochet, craft, do whatever it is you're doing, just hang out with us and like have some Halloween fun. But the other ones will be different, varying lengths. Some of them will be shorter, but we will be on for the next 13 days. And that week of Halloween is actually my first time doing #BooTube Spirit Week. I do know that there are at least a few other channels participating in that. I have a video about the BooTube Spirit Week on my channel. I will link it in the description box, which is below this video. If you click like read more, then you can go there, see what the BooTube Spirit Week is about, see what the themes are, how to participate, all that kind of stuff. That's going to be coming up the week of Halloween, including Halloween Day. So I'm very excited about that. But if you didn't know, this is the 3rd annual 13 Days of Yarn-O-Ween.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, actually this is the 3rd time doing it. So I will have that playlist linked down below too. I've compiled it all together. It used to have like 13 Days of Yarn-O-Ween playlist for each year. Well, I went ahead and just made a Halloween vlogs playlist. So it's in there, and I'll link it in the description box below.
Yeah, we're really excited. And then also for our Yarn-O-Ween, we decided to kind of bring in the just spirit of what Nova does, and we got 12 coffees of fall.
Yay!
So if you guys have been here for a while, you know that she often does like the advent calendars for the Christmas coffees.
Yes.
And we were at, where were we? Is this TJ Maxx?
Ollie's? TJ Maxx? TJ Maxx, I think.
I think this one was TJ Maxx.
I think so. Yeah, it wasn't Ollie's. It was TJ. No, was it TJ Maxx?
No, this might have been Target actually as well, because we thought it was going to be 40% off, but then I guess foods didn't count.
40% off. Where is it that has that?
Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby. I was going to say Target doesn't do that.
No.
Where is it? Hobby Lobby.
At Hobby Lobby. So we found this at Hobby Lobby.
Can you guys tell that we've been to too many stores probably lately?
Well, it takes a long time. So there is some really fun ones on the back of here. So it's not going to be a total surprise as far as which one we're getting.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a surprise to you because we're not going to tell you which options are in.
Yes, and it's a surprise because as far as I know, we probably haven't tried any of these before.
No.
If we have, I don't think I have, actually. I actually don't think I've tried this brand. They looked similar to a different brand, the K-Cup does, but I've never had that brand. So yeah, we've never tried these, so it will be a surprise about how they are. And we also have like we have to be bougie and extra, so we have more plans for these coffees than just like brewing them and drinking them.
Yeah.
We're gonna like do a whole thing with them. Yeah. But without further ado, let's jump into the actual crafting part of it. So what we did first was these had those little lights in the bottom of them that looked like this. we both took them out, and we were thinking at first to take one out so that we can do our pumpkin stack a little bit more seamlessly and then glue it. But then we actually took out both because we might run like fairy lights up through it, and I don't know how good these are going to be. This is just like one single light, like base down in the bottom. And this is going to be like a double stacked pumpkin. So what we're actually going to do is we took the bottoms out of both, and then I took the top, or we both took the top off of one of them. And the reason we did that is because now we can line up the bottom part that is open and the top part that's open, and then whatever light we use will actually be able to go through the whole pumpkin stack. So whether we put one of those back in there, which we can literally just pop it back in like you do when you carve a pumpkin and you take the stem out, you can just put it back in when you're done. Or if we want to, we can run fairy lights up through it and it'll give it better lighting, which I have an inkling that we'll end up doing that, because a lot of times you want better lighting than like one single light source at the bottom is going to provide, especially that is like a small light source.
Yeah.
So that's what we've got going on so far. Now the next thing that we're going to be doing, and we're just carving these, by the way, with just like normal kitchen knives. I will link where we got these on Amazon, because I'm actually really liking these. They're really like easy to cut. I feel like it's going very well so far.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed. Yeah, she's got hers glued together already. So I'm so far liking them. I'm so far giving it like a glowing review. So I will link those down in the description box just in case anyone else is interested. You can go ahead and tell them what you've got going on.
I took off the bottoms of both just because of the same thing. I want to get, probably I'm going to see if plug-in fairy lights exist so that these could be like an actual staple decoration that we get out.
Yeah.
Because the thing I hate about fairy lights is the batteries die, and then I just never replace the batteries. And then they just...
Actually, USB fairy lights. I know those are a thing that you can get.
So we're going to get non-battery packed fairy lights.
Yeah, I like that idea.
But yeah, so I took out the bottoms of both so that it's a clear shot all the way through the top. And then I actually glued mine together just because like I need to see my whole vision as I'm doing something. And that's just for my preferences. And then I actually shaved down this spot right here so that I can go ahead and adhere the door. So yeah, that's what I got going on right now.
So I'm opening up this kit. This is Mondo Llama, by the way, which I'm pretty sure is owned by Target, because I've only ever seen this brand at Target. I don't know if you'll be able to get these right now or if they'll be sold out, but I will show you what comes in this kit just because I'm excited about it. It actually comes with more stuff than I thought. So it says, create your own pumpkin fairy garden kit. And then it has instructions. It says, like, prepare real or foam pumpkins. Hey, it actually even had an idea of doing it with a foam pumpkin. Medium size, 8 to 9 inches recommended. Paint the garden kit in sections, allowing each section to fully dry. Cut out the door shape and windows from the pumpkin. Insert the fairy door and windows into the pumpkin. Apply glue to areas to be decorated. Arrange moss and other festive miniatures over the glued area as you like. So we're not following those instructions, but that's kind of the gist of what they say to do. We're going to put our whole thing together and then paint it just like we do when we make like our fairy houses with like that trash house vibe. Which, by the way, just to give you like a quick explanation of that in case you don't go back and see my other video about that. It's basically where you take things to make the bones of the fairy house, like pieces of plastic, like maybe I would use the plastic from this packaging, a water bottle, just anything that you have that you want to upcycle or recycle. So it can be things you're recycling, but it can also be things you're upcycling. Like, for example, we had some doorables, like little round houses. They were kind of shaped like a tower would be, and they had like little doors and little windows and stuff. So that would be upcycling, because you're taking something that already like exists in a final form. It's not like a piece of trash that you're using, and then you upcycle it into something new. And she's actually grabbed one to show you.
So inside, we actually opened these containers on her channel on one of our first Texas vacations.
Yep.
But we upcycled these and like covered them in clay and trash and stuff, and like the door even still works. But like all of the base of these items, like you can see in here, it's cardboard and paper.
Yeah. So it's a really good way to utilize things that you have laying around that you want to do something with. Especially if you like the shape of something, like those little adorable houses. They were really nice, like, bases to use. But, like, you don't need a adorable house. I mean, technically you don't need a trash house either, but, you know, that fits her vibe more. That's super cute. It's a freaking toadstool. Yeah. Like, you get the point.
Instead of going to, like, you know, the store and buying a pre-made, like, fairy house, yes, this is, like, a perfect thing to do if you like to do, like, the mini fairy gardens and things like that.
Exactly.
Because not only are you getting to customize it to the way that you like, but you're also recycling old materials or bad materials that you don't need anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what trash houses are anyways. This little kit, for one, it came with some, like, a little packet of moss. This is super cool because it's not actually moss. It's made of, like, fiber, but it really gives the moss effect. She opened hers already, so I got to feel it. And I don't know how much you guys are going to be able to see from there, but, like, it really looks like moss, but it's not going to be, like, crumbly or, like, get moldy or have issues that, like, real moss can sometimes have. If you're crafting with it especially, it can get crumbly. Like, they very much get crumbly. So this is what it looks like up close. Thank you. That's what the moss looks like up close. So it comes with a little packet of that. It also comes with a thing of paints, which is black, orange, green, purple, tan or beige kind of color.
Yeah.
And then khaki. Khaki, that's a good way to put it. And then like an eggplant purple. So like the other purple is like a really kind of witchy purple, like a very vibrant purple, and then the other one's like an eggplant. It comes with a couple of paintbrushes. They're shaped in. Comes with like a rectangle one and then a more fine point one. And then it comes with...
Sorry, guys.
Oh, you're good. It comes with a door that has a mushroom... Or not mushroom. I keep wanting to call the jack-o'-lanterns and pumpkins mushrooms because typically when we do these sorts of things, we're like, mushrooms, mushrooms, mushrooms. So, like, where you see pumpkins and stuff normally would be mushrooms. Like, that's like the difference.
Oops.
So it has a jack-o'-lantern. There's also a broom here, very much like a witch's broom. I like it. The door has like a little knocker. It has like 3 little stump like slices of wood that you could use for a path. It has like a little bridge ladder, like a rounded ladder, and a little stone staircase, a normal like up and down ladder, a couple of wheels, and mushrooms. 4 mushrooms, and a little sign that is like empty so you can paint whatever you want on there. And then some kind of a white marker in the back. I'm not sure.
That is glue, actually.
Oh, is it glue?
It is a glue, like a literal thing of glue.
So they actually give you the glue that you need too if you weren't like using hot glue. So pretty good kit. I think this kit was like $14.99.
I think it actually might have only been $12.99.
$12.99. It was a good price. I 100% think it's worth it because you'll pay $12.99 for this stuff, like not this full of a kit of just like the pre-made kind that you would get, like
even if you go to the dollar store, like think about it, like all of the little fairy garden stuff. I don't know if you guys frequent the dollar store like I do. I really like the dollar store.
A lot of my viewers do frequent the dollar store also.
But all of the pieces, like you'll get like a pack that just has like this clay sign in it for $1.25. And then you'll get a pack of the toadstools for $1.25.
And they're not even $1.25 anymore.
No, all of the garden stuff is I think $1.75 now.
Yep.
So regardless, that all adds up.
It does.
And it's not customizable, and the quality is like really nice.
Yeah.
These. Like I enjoy them.
Yeah, for sure.
We probably won't use the paints, but
no.
we'll use the paint brushes because we have our own.
These are also always good for the kids because these are like the perfect paints for them to play with. So I appreciate the fact that they put them in there. And do you have anything else you wanted to show at this like moment in time?
Nope.
All right, so I don't want to be pulling these out of here because it is very loud. So I'm gonna like do a little bit of unpackaging, and we'll kind of touch bases with you when we get like a little bit further in, kind of show you what we've got going on. Oh my gosh, you guys, I think we fell asleep. I hope that you're having fun at our slumber party. We have come to the end of our capacity to not go to bed. So this is the progress that we have to show you guys. We will definitely be showing you guys these when they're done too. But like, you know, we took you around. We took you along.
We took you around the pumpkin.
We took you around. Took you along for part of the journey. And honestly, I think arguably the coolest part to see when you're crafting is the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
Because it's cool to see like where you started and then what you end up with at the end of it, and like,
yeah,
out of the materials what you make. So this is what I've got going on with mine so far. I haven't attached the top yet because I want to wait and see exactly what I'm doing. It's easier for me to work on carving the top without it being attached. Not sure if this is straight for you guys, but you'll get the gist even if it's not.
Yeah.
But this is the gist of mine. I've got my door. I've got my stairs. I hot glued them on, and I went around it and hot glued moss also to kind of fill in that little bit of a gap. Because the pumpkin is like cylindrical. Yeah, it isn't a flat surface, which is always the case when you're making like fairy houses. Mm-hmm. So I'm used to it not laying flat and getting creative with that type of thing. Then on the sides, I've got these little windows, and I made some like flower boxes, like windowsill boxes, using a mold with some clay. This is epoxy clay.
Yep.
Which is like the 2-part kind that you mix together, and it's like epoxy and clay, I guess.
It's like a resin based clay.
Yeah, it's like a resin based clay, so it's really nice. It's really, really good clay. Yes. So I did that for both windows, and I put a little mushy in the windows, like instead of flowers in the flower box, little mushrooms in the flower boxes. And then up here, I am making a balcony door type of thing, you know, like a bay window kind of situation, however you want to think about it. And it has a railing, and then I'm going to be painting the inside. So where you see the white, is there a glue strand?
Yeah.
Where you see the white is not going to be white. I'll paint that. And then inside I hung some moss. I just glued it up top right inside the window. And then I kind of did my best to kind of drip some hot glue into the sides and just sort of pin the moss to hang to the sides a little and spread out. So that when you see inside of here, especially when there's lights in it, you're not just going to see the inside of the styrofoam. And then like this will all be painted. But this little railing is actually like a little bridge that came with the kit. So that's like one of those things, you know, if you get creative with your ingredients that they give you, you can like make them into whatever you want. Mm-hmm. But that's what I have got going on for mine so far.
I love it.
Thank you.
Mine is already attached. So this is what I've got going on for mine. The door that came with the kit is here. And then I have circle windows with like built-in, or I made like stone framing for the circle windows, and then I used my ladder that came with it as a way to get up to the wraparound walkway that I'm working on right now, and it's just made out of extra Amazon boxes and stuff like that. But it's going to go all the way up to the second floor, which I used the staircases that came with it, and then I used a mold and made another door. So there's 2 doors on my house.
Oh, I love that so much. It's going to be really cool. I'm excited that you guys got to see the bare bones of this, because this type of thing is like the magic of trash houses.
Yeah.
Like seeing it like this, like that's just so creative. Like show them how you did this under part with the like little, like slicing it into little pieces to make it shape the way you want it. Yeah. Like that is so genius. And then when you see it, when it's at the end, you would never know. Like, you would never know that there was cardboard in there, that this was made of, like, random upcycling or recycling. Super, super cool.
Yeah.
But that is the progress that we have made in this crafting session. I hope you guys enjoyed our first day of the 13 Days of Yarn-O-Ween. Make sure you stay tuned for the next 13 days, and that's leading up to and including Halloween, and those last 5 days will be our BooTube Spirit Week. So we're going to have lots more looks for you guys, or little themes, or just like little fun things going on. But until next time, I think we're both ready to get a little bit of shut-eye. So I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day, and good night.
Night.
Good night.